Michael from Road Safety Scotland. They are one of the main sponsors for the Scottish Car Show. Michael, can you basically explain to us what Road Safety Scotland do, what's their aim, what's their sort of focus?
Well, Road Safety Scotland's part of the Scottish Government, and ultimately our focus is to try and get rid of accidents and injuries that happen on Scotland's roads. So we like to see every opportunity we can to engage with our target market, and one of our target markets is young drivers, and this the show provides an ideal opportunity for us to engage with them from the point of view of safety camera people, the police, the fire service and various other partners that we work with, to try and make sure that the key messages about appropriate speed, about seat belts and a variety of other things relating to car and car modifications are given, so that when people are out on the road, they're not only legal but safe as well.
Excellent. I mean, how have you found the show today? Have you found that you've had a lot of sort of interest?
Well, the show is very, very busy for us today. It's amazing how I think when the police who haven't worked here before think that the highly visible police vehicles will put people off, and in actual fact I think they've realised that the opposite is the case.
Going towards the end of the year, do you have any sort of goals at Road Safety Scotland, anything that you're trying to improve?
Well, the biggest killer on Scotland's roads is what goes on in country roads, rural roads. Our message, which will be an overriding message for a number of years to come probably, is just about making the appropriate speed choice, doing the right speed in the right time, assessing the road conditions and making sure that you make the correct speed choice. And ultimately, if you're wearing a seatbelt, you have a better chance of surviving.
Brilliant, always educational. Well, again, Michael, thank you for being the sponsor this year, thank you for coming, and we hope again to see you next year.
Thank you very much indeed.
Hi, I'm Tim, this is John, he's the Scottish one, I'm the not Scottish one, but we're actually here in Scotland and it's the first time I've ever been in Scotland, and we came all the way here for the Scottish Car Show 2013. We had a really great day. We got to show off Gran Turismo 6 in some really cool demo pods. We had a little bit of Planet Karting, Grid 2, F1 Race Stars. Quite pleased with how the day's gone, I think, no, John?
It couldn't have gone better, I don't think. I mean, none of us really knew what to expect because we've never put on an event like this in our lives before, really. Sony came through for us, replay events have been great, they put on a fantastic range of retro games. Micro Machines was mobbed, as was MASH. I mean, you know, every single game had somebody watching it, or playing it, or waiting to play it.
We really were glad that the fact that we got Gran Turismo 6 to kind of headline the event, but we also had, I think, a really good selection of driving games from like classics throughout the years. And we had, you know, everyone of all ages coming and enjoying the games, which is exactly what we wanted to see, basically.